Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening podcast, and today we have an episode number 20. Thank you so much for those who have been here since the beginning, and thank you for so much for those who have just recently discovered this podcast and these stories. Today is a very special episode again because I'm going to talk about some of the things that happened to my clients, and I am actually so happy to share these stories because each single time I'm having a call with my client and I can see which place they are in the beginning and the stories I'm starting to tell them, they question in the beginning, like, is it really gonna happen like this? Is it really the way to go for? When my twin flame is coming back, and are we gonna have the union? And all of these kind of things. I've explained on many of my podcasts about that my understanding and my way of seeing the union is very different. What you might find out there. And I think the reason I am sharing this the way I share it is that you could become closer to your higher self, to become the love, to become abundant, become the law of attraction, that whatever you want in this life and whatever you're supposed to do in this life comes to you, and you are the magic. And my goal with this podcast, with my YouTube channels, with everything, is that you will become a magnet. And your twin flame, that you met your twin flame, was your mirror to make you to understand that you are absolutely amazing and you are the love. So now all we need is that you will start believing it. And I'm just beyond happy to share one of the stories that just happened with my client and changed. I could not believe that within just 3 calls, we had 3 calls in total, she's completely a new person. Completely new soul, the soul she's supposed to be. I will also talk today about what happens, why when you feel this obsession that you need your twin flame, you want to be with your twin flame, you can't get over of the idea, why do you need to be with your twin flame? You constantly are checking the social media, trying to see on WhatsApp when they're online or anything like this, and why this comes to you. There's actually a really big reason behind why you have these feelings. Then also, I'll tell you today, and this is something I haven't actually talked about at all, but this can happen a lot of us when we are in this journey and rising our vibrations because we are becoming a higher beings. We are becoming the love. And love is the biggest source, or the most powerful source that can heal everything, can bring light, can make this world a more beautiful place. But sometimes when we are rising our vibrations, there are these evil forces, or I would say the low energy vibes or souls that might attack you during this process or the closest ones of yours. And this I was told by when I did my sound healing for the throat chakra. The healer was asking me, as I was explaining everything, what is happening in my life and how it's going, and he said, are your children often sick? And I said, no, they're never sick. And he said, watch out, because you're becoming now a higher being, and these energies can start attacking you or your children or the close ones. And back then I didn't have knowledge about it, and today morning actually when I started recording this video, a client of mine who has just raised his vibrations and he's going on a higher level had a situation with his dog, that the dog got bitten or attacked by another dog. And then I was like, yes, I've totally forgotten about the fact that when you go to a higher level, there is going to be these type of things happening. Either somebody gets hurt, sick, or feels very low vibrations. It's because these, not so good souls out there might try to interfere that, because we have to understand that there is always a little bit of an evil inside of this universe. Just because, not that they are evil, it's because to make you to understand and make the right decision and choose what is the best for you. So today's episode is, I would say, somehow interactive, and that I will ask some questions and you can think along with that, how it makes you to feel, and guidance, as always, what I can give you the best way. Right before I'm going all the way into the deep information, I'd like to say that thank you each one of you who have subscribed or joined any of my channels here on YouTube or Spotify or Instagram or TikTok and sending me messages, and I am beyond happy. Today I really know, and I really truly know, that you are my soul family. Every one of you who have booked a consultation call with me and we had a chance to talk, I feel like, wow, we must have made a contract or an agreement that in this lifetime we'll meet, we'll help each other, and we'll bring out the love and light and leave the ego behind. The ego that is blocking you to live the highest self, that become the higher self, and you will see that the magic will start to happen once you open yourself up, once you channel your energies. I'll just speak briefly about my consultation calls, because many of you have asked, and now I have made certain decisions that will help you even better. So I have signed up for the Patreon, where I'm putting in extra information, and ideally all the podcasts will go out there as a video version as well. Unfortunately, not this one, because I had some technical problems, so I'm really, really sorry about that. But otherwise, as soon as I get everything fixed, I'll be sending out the video versions over there, where you get to see me, where you get to know who I am on a soul level. There is a previous video is out there, so for those who wish to support me on Patreon, you can sign up over there. It's monthly $5.99, and you will receive always the content in prior, plus what I've decided to make, that all of my Patreon supporters will have twice a month a group Q&A where we can join in and you can ask questions in live, where I reply you in live. I can channel your energies in live, and we can see what we could do about it. Of course, it will be not as one-on-one consultations, which are still available, and the first call is absolutely for free. The 45 minutes call is for free, so those who wish to, all the information is in the description or on the twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. Please feel free to send me your story or anything like that. I'll speak about this at the end of the episode a little bit more, just because I think that many of you are wondering. I would like to know what is happening, how to deal with this situation, and what I'm about to share today. So I'll start with the podcast, and those who stick until the end will get the extra information about how not to go crazy in this journey. So let's get started. Last week, I had an incredible opportunity where a client of mine, I met her about a month ago or a month and a half ago. We had a call, and the first call, I could feel the sense of fear, fear of losing, fear of not being loved, and fear of not speaking the truth. She was absolutely a beautiful soul, and when she told her age to me, I was like, oh my God, you look like 30 years old. Like, I would have never guessed that this is her age. And while we were talking in the beginning, I could really feel the sense of she's trying so hard, she's trying to make everything work while her communication is not in a proper line. Not in a way of that she doesn't know how to communicate. It's the energy. Her energy was on a fear-based, always asking, when, how do you come back? I love you, I want you, everything like in that manner. And then again comes another kind of a message where it comes in, okay, if you don't want me, it's okay, you could walk away. So there was a lot of confusion. And where does the confusion comes from is when your throat chakra is not open. I know that very well because my throat chakra was really blocked before I even started my podcast and I met my twin flame. I could never speak my truth. I couldn't say that, listen, I was very direct. This was not a problem. For me, it was not a problem to say what I want. But for me, it was very hard to explain the inner understandings. So, for example, if I bring in, I would say to someone, I miss you a lot. It'd be something like this. You know what? I really miss you today. I hope we're going to see each other soon. Can you tell me when we could see each other? So it was all about, I want this person. Like, instead of having, oh, dear friend, I just miss you. I hope everything is fine with you. Let me know, what are you doing today? So it's very different. I guess you get the point a little bit here. How was the first one was like desperate and scared and afraid of being alone, or even of explaining certain things was very difficult for me because my throat chakra could not say it out what my soul was telling me. It was my mind who was trying to control the situation. I used to love to control everything. All the outcomes, all the holidays, where we go, what we do, what we eat, how we do. And to be honest, there is no joy in a controlling world. The joy comes when you go with the flow. Trust the process, you trust the journey, you trust yourself, and you trust your words. Whatever you say out, you're not going to question them. It's not like, how do I say that you have to be arrogant? It's the opposite. It's the way you say that, I'm just feeling like that. And you accept the other people's feeling as well. So anyways, the story with her was that I could feel how she's struggling of expressing herself with her voice, and also really fear-based in a way that she feels that she's not a part of this love and not happy with herself actually. And not that she doesn't love herself and doesn't see herself. It's a very different way of kind of love. It's the trust. It's a trust that, oh, I am this. I can be this. I need to slow down. So when we first were talking about, and she was absolutely amazing, and the results why we got it so quickly were for the fact that she took the exercises I told her to do very seriously. The other thing is, I've figured is so helpful. Of course, when you speak to me, you speak out of your soul and you come closer to your soul. You start speaking from your soul because I'm not judging you. I'm channeling your energy. I'm trying to get to your soul. It's nothing to do for me about your physical life, like the 3D life. For me, it's all about your soul life, all about what your soul is. And if I pick up the energy from your soul that you're fear of losing of somebody, fear of letting go of the control, fear of not being yourself, fear of not speaking your truth, fear of love, fear of intimacy, fear of showing your emotions, and so on. So when I pick it up, all I can do is I channel, I meditate for you, I go through it. I try to organize it and give you the sense. But at the end of the day, it's only you who can make a difference. Because if you don't do these exercises, if you don't follow the signs, nothing's going to happen. I like to bring it out as a fitness. If your fitness coach tells you, you have to do this, you have to follow this is important, and you don't do this, you will not see the results. And it's the same in the soul world. Twin flame connection is all about souls. It's all about energy and the souls. This is that I can communicate with you through my, through my physical body is a blessing. So you have to trust your soul, what is speaking to you. So I have spoken this in my now last 4 or 5 episodes. One of the most powerful ways to start speaking from your soul is when you start speaking to yourself, at home, alone, talking, screaming, or whatever needs to come out, needs to come out. And I can personally really feel when you're doing the job because I have channel tapped into your energy. So sometimes you come to my dreams during this process and I'm like, okay, well done. Sometimes it's very confusing. If I bring in, I know I'm jumping from here to there, but it's just like as the conversation flows, I bring in some of the examples. It's a different client of mine. We had a very intense call, and she was asking me what to do and how, and she was feeling much better, but she was confused about certain things. And I could feel how she's stuck in between of going to the next level, and she's very close to that. There's just that she needs one more answer from somewhere. And the next day I saw her in my dreams, really early morning, she was in my dream, and I couldn't first understand what happened. But later on, I figured that I, as my soul, I actually went and fixed certain things, like guided her doing that she has to make certain decisions. So it was like a subconscious way for her to say, okay, here you need a little bit more help, go in this direction. And it was all happening in my dream. So this is why doing these kind of exercises I'm telling on my podcast, and I'm now putting it up on a Patreon, on everywhere, on my, hopefully soon on my website, that if you take this seriously, I just wish you would know what type of world is going to open up for you. And my client can be a good example of that. Within a 3 session, she is where I am, almost where I am today. It's incredible. When I spoke to her, I was like, I can't believe that it took 3 weeks, 3 sessions, and you know what I'm talking about it. Because often with me, when we start a consultation call, I can feel and sense the energies, and I can understand which life path you have to take, what your soul is asking for you to do. And then often I see certain things that I can feel. My clients are like, don't know how. They're very like questioning them inside of themselves. They don't tell me anything, but I can feel that. And I'm trying to like ask and figure out how to deliver that message for them that is makes sense to them in order to get started. Because I can't, like, the soul world is very different. It's very energy based. So if my energy is off, I can't help it. Or if their person energy, and if our energy is not matching, it will not work. That's how simple it is. But if a person meditates during the time I'm meditating, if the person is doing the work I tell them to do, especially for throat chakra, for your chakra, solar plexus, all of these things that are blocked, you will see the difference that's going to happen. I also jump back to the one who just told me that what happened to his dog, which is absolutely, it's super sad. And I asked him to go to the breath work. I told him, you have to do the breath work. And I've spoken this on my podcast so many times. Dear souls, if you have a chance, go to the breath work session. It will change your journey forever. I'll try to get my license and my experience, and I'll do online if that anybody wishes to go for. Absolutely, but not before I am fully licensed and have my experience in it. But this is something that is giving you a big shift in life. All right. So I just bring it back to the first client I had, who I said had a big difference. So the first call, we had the consultation call just to get to know about it. Did the meditation, asked her to do a certain thing. Second call, which was already the paid call, where I'm doing the healing and tapping into what has to be done. And I asked her to do dancing and throat chakra clearing and go within. She did all of that. She was sending me certain messages, how her heart was beating super fast, how she doesn't know, she's confused, she feels the sexual energy, she feels so much is going on, like her heart is beating super fast, something is happening. And I was like, yeah, because it's the energy is now changing and shifting. Give it the time, stay still. That's why I also say that when you do the throat chakra clearing or you do your heart chakra, after this, you need to lie down or just be on your own until, then you can start getting also until it's kind of like you've done the work. You have to understand that energy is work. It's not like how do I say, nothing. It's the biggest source. So if you shift the energy, you feel exhausted after that. So you have to give yourself the space where you just lie down, you don't watch TV or anything like this. You can listen some high frequency music, which is very helpful. I would say extremely helpful. And just lie down and just be there. And now think of yourself. When was the last time you lied down, you closed your eyes, and you just were in the moment? Not checking your phone, not thinking of anything else, just in the moment. This is how you find yourself. This is how you become your true self. So now you'll be wondering how to do that. Talk to yourself. Today, after this podcast episode, sit down for 30 minutes and talk to yourself. Whatever comes out of your mouth, whatever comes out of your mouth. There is no one to judge, no one to say that this is right or wrong. This is your truth. This is why you are here. This is how you are bringing the love and light. And this is how you become closer to the union. So this is, in a way, for my client. Now we jump into the union and the reason of why am I so obsessed about, I've spoken this about before, so I do it a little differently. I would say, what happens when all of a sudden, you have already arrived to the certain stages in your life, in your spiritual journey, and you kind of don't have this obsession no longer around your twin flame. You're kind of living your life. But time to time, it kicks into you that, oh, I miss my twin flame. I miss the time together. I miss these moments together. I miss the conversations. I miss the understandings. And I miss everything. And that's very common. And I also say to everyone, do not suppress it. It's not something you should feel ashamed of missing someone or wanting to be with someone. No, it's a normal thing that you're missing someone. But I'm here to tell you something. This someone is you. You have the same soul. The soul split. Now it's in a person A and person B. Let's name them Charlene, or let's put a name, Mary and Mark. Easy to remember, Mary and Mark. Mary and Mark, Mary has a half of soul of Mark, and Mark has a half of soul of Mary. They met, they realized that there is something happening because it's the same soul. Now the fact that you are missing, and this I've figured out with myself, with anybody else, when I have this urge of, I want this attention, that I would like my twin flame to give me this attention, or a time, or talk to me, or say something to me. And I've been like, where does it come from? And now I know that very well, after speaking to so many people and sharing this experience. That means you haven't taken time for yourself, because you're the same soul. So what your soul needs is time. Your soul needs that you sit down with your soul and speak to your soul. That you really go within and you say, hey, I love you. I'm sorry. Been busy of working, busy of doing this, visiting family, doing things. And I'm sorry I haven't spent time with you. Tell me what you want me to do. And the soul starts to tell you. The soul says, maybe go outside for a walk, take a nap, read a book, listen to some podcast. The soul will tell you what you need to nourish it, because soul is here to learn. You're the downloads. You're the downloads of your previous lives. You know everything your soul carries, and your soul is here in a mission and wants to learn. So think of yourself for today. It's a good day. It's Sunday. So close your eyes and say, I'm really sorry, my soul. I really love you. I'm sorry I've been busy. I've been sorry. And you start getting answers. Your soul will already speak to you and saying, you need to slow down. I'm here to trust and guide you. Believe in me. You just need to do that. When I tell my clients that they have to read certain books like The Power of Now or the Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist, It's because there is truth in these books. And there are many others. So if any of you have some good recommendations, please leave the comment down below, because the only way we can grow is if we have the knowledge and understanding. That is my podcast is for the reason of this, to help you to understand that no, first of all, you're not crazy. Twin flames are real. They are even written in the Bible. This energy is absolutely real. Our soul is so powerful. It got split into two, and the soul, one side of the soul chose to choose another body than the other one. And now the universe decided it's time for you for your spiritual awakening. It's time for your soul to see who you are and what you're supposed to do. Now, talking of union, because often I speak to, and I know you will hate me for that. You're like, oh, what does it mean that I'm never going to be with my twin flame? It's never going to be like this. No. But twin flame journey is a mission. Your soul has chosen the journey, okay? So you are not here to do nothing. You're here to do something really big and change it. Whatever it is, you actually know it. And you need to start doing this today before you are in a union with your twin flame. I'm asking you a question, and this is something, take it really seriously today. If you would be together with your twin flame today, what would you change in the world? What would you do differently? What needs to be fixed? And think about it. Twin flames are not love and romantic relationship. This you can have with your soulmate. And we have many soulmates in our life. Twin flame is a journey of mission of bringing love and light. And when you become together in this lifetime, you have to do something that brings love and light into this world. So this is all you have to do in this time. So now you have a good time to think about what can you possibly change in this world. And if you wish to speed up the union with your twin flame, start doing it today. When your vibrations is higher, when you do what your soul is supposed to do, the other part of the soul is getting pulled towards you back, because the soul feels, wow, she found herself or he found herself, is doing what it's supposed to do. I want to be part of it. I want to do it too. And then here is another thing. Many of us also have this inside of us that we are like, oh, he ran away or she ran away. It's not with me no longer. They don't care about us. They don't love us. Why did he do like this? What is the thing? It's his twin flame journey. Is nothing like that. I'm just here to tell you that this is how you speak to yourself. When you think that your twin flame is not loving you or not caring about you, that means you don't love yourself and not care about yourself. You are the first one you have to love. You are the first one you have to take care of. Your soul needs a lot of nourishment. That's why breath work, meditation, eating clean food, cutting out all the toxins in your system, cigarettes, weed, any drugs, alcohol, caffeine even, all of these things are holding you back of becoming your higher self. I asked myself, for example, when I had my final spiritual awakening with my heart chakra opening in a big time that I thought I'm going to have a heart attack, it was for me to quit all kind of alcohol, no coffee. I no longer drink coffee from that day on. And it happened like, I would say that I never planned this. But now, after all of this being clean from all of this, and to be honest, I'm like 99% of vegetarian. It's not that I'm never a person who tells to people that, oh, you have to follow this, you have to do this. This is the only way of living. I think we all have different ways of living and different ways of feeling. But the way I channel energies when I am not under any of these energies, which are, let's say, from the animals eating meat, all these kind of things, it's beyond beautiful. And it's the same comes out in intimacy. It comes out the way you feel the love, the way you express the love, the way you just simply see the world. And it will happen to you. Even my client who I spoke before, she's on a higher vibration. Like you could really feel. I told her I wish I would have made a video of her when we had the first call. And now when we had a third call, what a shift. She's blissful. She observes things. She feels that she doesn't need to control them in a 3D world, that her energy is there. She did so much work with her twin flame of talking that she said, I really felt my twin flame was next to me. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. You want to talk to your twin flame? Close your eyes, go within and talk to your twin flame. You will feel their energy. You will feel the love. You will feel this bliss that you want to be there. It's the same like you were together. Now, the only difference is that, yes, you're not together in 3D, which you think is the only way of being together. The more you exercise yourself, the understanding that you are the one, you're the one soul, very powerful soul, and you go within and you meditate and you visualize and you have all of this inside of you, you will hear even there's what they're going to tell you, like the voice, everything. And as a matter of fact, they will come back to you even closer and closer and closer. And then here can happen the thing that your vibration is so much higher and they are still in a low vibration, that you become actually the runner. And not really like a runner, you become more of this like, okay, I see where you need help. I see where you need guidance, and I'm going to guide you with my energy. I understand. And you don't have to say a single word for them. You will feel how they start to awaken. So here are these kind of simple ways actually, it's not simple. It's the most hardest because we don't want to do this because we only think that we have the connection when we have it in a 3D. But it's absolutely beyond that. It's the energy. And here is something why my way of consulting or the way I work with my clients and heal them is very different. And the reason it's different is that because I'm helping you to become your higher self. Your soul is already complete. It met, you exchanged the energies. That's why you had this electric energy inside of you when you first met. Now comes in the fact that you have to become your higher self. Universe is trying to help you to get there, but you have to trust it and you have to surrender it. The more you organize with your ego mind, you're trying to control and have an overview, the less it's going to happen. And what else universe is going to do? It's going to remove the things that are no longer part of you, such as a job, such as a place you're living. For example, if you have financial difficulties, the universe is like, you will have the financial difficulties until you will start doing what you're supposed to do, because you deserve to be abundant. You deserve to do good things. But if you are not serving the world, I, as a universe, can't pay you. I can't give you the abundance because, first of all, you don't believe that you deserve abundance. Second of all, you trying to do something that you're not supposed to do. You came here as a soul and you chose to fix something. You chose to bring love and light. You chose to show them what is a love power. And you are not doing it. You're sitting there, you're sad, and you think that the world is against you, while the world is trying to open up for you, the world what you are supposed to do. And the more you believe that you are worthy of this, you're worthy of this love, you're worthy of who you are as a soul, you can't imagine what's going to happen to you. But it doesn't come from the place of fear, pain, and sadness. So if you are currently listening and you are in this pain where you're just wondering when my twin flame comes back, when I feel this love again, how I'm going to feel this love, why he ran or she ran away, why we are not together, and you have all these questions inside of your head, this is the point where you let go with tears. You cry out. I also say, if you need to have the consultation call with me, 45 minutes, first call is absolutely free. You can talk it out, and we're going to guide you, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to meditate for you, for your energies, to get them aligned more with your soul purpose. Once it's aligned with your soul purpose, you feel a lot lighter. I think any of my clients who are still listening on YouTube or anywhere, just leave a heart or put a little thing or anything that it will give the others the understanding that yes, you do feel much lighter after, because now you are speaking what's been in your head for such a long time, and you haven't spoken this with anybody, and you're wondering if it's even real. Even myself, my world was completely different. I'm not saying that I was not spiritual or not believing it. I always did. But these words I'm using today and the way I'm expressing myself today was not there until I realized this connection and understood that, wow. Another day I was also asked like, oh, it seems like you don't want to be with your twin flame, or doesn't matter for you. Because I've spoken to you that I am married, I am a guide for my husband in his spiritual awakening, and for many others as well, any of you who are listening and feeling resonated. And when I got the download as my soul, the download was pretty much like this. I am a guide for my husband to spiritual awakening. I'm a guide for others for their spiritual awakening, to help them to take this fear away of not letting them to be themselves, or when they feel stuck, they don't know how to yet to fly. And I need to open them up to help them to fly in this world. And then my spirit guides were telling me, your twin flame will have a very intense spiritual awakening because he comes from a very different background. And you have to give him a lot of space. But with your energy, you always have to be there. So sometimes it's hard for me because I can feel it. I can feel the confusion, I can feel the anger, I can feel the sadness, I can feel the loss. But then I'm going in and I'm like, I'm here. I am just right next to you. Do not worry. I'm here next to you. I help you. I guide you. You're safe. So these are just these little things that can happen, that will most probably start happening to you once you are awakened, or even in your awakening process. Because sometimes the twin flames can start awaken during this similar time. So there are a lot of emotions, a lot of energies. I wouldn't say emotions, actually, are the wrong word. I would say more of the energies. There's a big energy shift. So these are the things that I want you to address when you wish to come to union. First of all, really think of today why you are not loving yourself. Because the moment you ask yourself, why my twin flame is not loving me, means that you are not loving yourself. Your twin flame is your mirror. Your twin flame shows all of your insecurities, wounds, and things. They even tell you. I can 100% sure if you even talk to me or you talk to somebody who understands twin flames, and they tell you, what did your twin flame told you during your relationship? They exactly told you the things you're supposed to do. My twin flame told me, you have such an amazing voice. Why you are not speaking? Why you are not out on the stage? Or why you're not explaining to the audience? And I looked at him and I was like, what is he talking about? What is this thing? I mean, maybe, yes, my voice is great, but I know I'm not fluent English speaker, so I make mistakes, and it's not pleasant for people to listen. Well, if my soul didn't let me to sleep and I had to start the podcast eventually, many were telling to me that they love my voice and they love the way I deliver the message. And that made me to reflect back on that moment wow, he told me that. And this is my soul. There is certain things I'm going to do. I'm going to also write down what is the mission when, let's say, for example, Aries and Aquarius are coming together, or Aries and Leo are coming together. What is your mission? So step by step, I get there. And like I said, there will be more information out on Patreon and on my website. So those who wish to support me on Patreon, you can join the Patreon. And like I said, I'll have 2 times per month a live Q&A where you can dive in, ask questions. And that's all for the Patreon membership. $5.99 a month. Cancel anytime you feel that I'm no longer relevant for you, or anything like this. It's just for the fact that I can reach out to more people like this and give, because these people who sign up for the Patreon are on a twin flame journey, and often the answers are similar. It just depends on the energy and depends what work we have to do. But for example, if you are asking me why my twin flame is not coming back, the answer is pretty similar, pretty much for everybody. And there we dive into and educate each other about what you should do, how you should do. The same thing is that twin flame journey is not like one-on-one, that everything happens the same way like for everybody else. No, so far I've heard stories and I can say they can be very different for each one of you. Also, sometimes I kind of can feel that, okay, I don't think it's a twin flame journey. And I also had a person commenting like, I'm not really picking up, it's a twin flame journey, I think it's something else. And here I'm something to tell you. While yes, I talk about twin flames because I went through twin flames, I met my soul, had my spiritual awakening through it. But spiritual awakening is not always happening because of the twin flames. It can also happen because of your karmics. It can also happen that something in your life, like you had a near-death experience, or you lost someone really close to you, and you had after this something really strange happening to you, and that can trigger your spiritual awakening. And then it can feel that the person you love is your twin flame, which I wouldn't say that why we shouldn't bring that in as well. It's at the end of the day, it's love. I do agree that twin flame love is divine love. It's the love I think we pretty much all of us will experience once we go out of our soul and we go where we belong. Not our soul, from our body. When our soul comes out of our body and we go where we belong. There you feel this divine love. But now our mission is to bring this divine love into this world and show it to others. So even if somebody's not on a twin flame journey and is in love with someone, let's keep that love. Let's keep that light. Because that can only change the world. So this was today's episode, and like I said, I will a little bit explain more about what is happening and how to get in touch with me and the process overall. So for those who found my information today useful and you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy. I'm really, really, really happy. It's so thankful for you. You can't imagine each time a new person signs up or subscribes, I really pray and I really put my hands and I'm like, thank you, universe. Thank you for connecting with my soul family. Thank you for letting me to help them as much as I can. I also tell you here something. Sometimes I'm very slow of answering the emails and I'm trying to fix that. But sometimes some of my clients are going through the dark night of the soul or something like this. And when I'm channeling, it really takes my energy. I'm like empty after this. In order for me to give you the best energy, the best vibes, the best stories, then I need to slow down. So I normally go and just lie down, connect with nature, connect with the earth. I am going to beach, studying, and all of this, connecting with the water, and all of this to get the energy back in order for me to heal you, in order for me to help you. So I apologize when sometimes it takes a little longer. I'm trying to get all of this done well, and because my only mission here is to help you and guide you and bring you the love and light. So that's why if you feel like sometimes you have certain questions and you want to join in, I believe that the Patreon is the best way because you can be anonymous there. You can ask questions, others can hear, and we can bring the stories. So like I said, twice a month I will host a Q&A, which I will put it up on Instagram that today, and I'll try to announce the dates as soon as possible, that those who are on Patreon will receive that. Let's say, for example, on Tuesday, you will have join in, let's talk, let's discuss, let's get answers. And hopefully that will give you a more clarity or something like that. Then, yes, I am on. So those who wish to share the story, as you know, on each Wednesday, I share a story of yours. Send your email to me, twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. And when the time is right, when the divine time is right, I will share that with an audience and give my feedback through it. Another client, like the people who I'm in connected, they always say it has helped them a lot and has triggered certain kind of emotions and energies inside of them, which I'm like, yes, because now it's out there. It's flowing. And now things are starting to happen. The shift is about to happen. And then another quick thing is that if you wish to have the consultation call, I promise that I will have the website ready, but like I said, I had some technical issues. You can send me an email, twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com, and book. The first call is for free, 45 minutes. We dive into your energy. If you wish to have after this the calling, you can sign up for the paid versions where we really have the shift. And like I said, I don't think that sometimes you need more than 1 or 2 consultations actually. You really would need, because what I saw with my client is it was like, wow, she is love and light now. And she's next step is ayahuasca. And she's going to really into her soul now. And so it's no longer about if her twin flame is coming back, if she's going to be with the twin flame, how she's going to be with the twin flame, what is the relationship, I want this, I want that. It's very different now. She now feels how she's the observer, how she's feeling the energies, how she's feeling the love inside of her, how she has that bliss. And that makes me so happy. So, but I'm also telling you here that sometimes I have to tell you certain things that you don't like. You don't like hearing for your ego. For example, if I tell you that you're jealous because of this, and it hurts your ego. You're like, no, I'm not jealous, I'm this and that. That the moment you become protective and you are not honest with yourself, I can feel that. And I can say, you're talking from your ego. Because if you would say, oh, yeah, that might have made me to feel like this. And you start like unraveling it, not saying, no, I'm not. No, I don't have any feelings. I'm not jealous that my twin flame is with somebody else or that my twin flame is with a karmic. I'm not jealous of that. What kind of sound did you pick up right now? You did pick up that you are jealous. So now the jealousy comes from self-worth and insecurity. You have certain insecurities yourself that you think you're not good enough. Why you think you're not good enough? And the last thing I'm going to say about my twin flame, and it happened to me as well, that's why I can really resonate. When I became the love and light and I felt like I know who I am and I love who I am and I love this love. And then if before my twin flame would have said, let's meet up there, let's do this, let's go there, I would have run like crazy, not even thinking for twice. Now it's very different. And it's not because I don't want to be, like, not because I want to give pain to my twin flame. It's more of like, I'm like, I know who I am. I know my worth. And I know my love. And you're not yet there. So you need time. Take your time. Take your time. We will discuss. We will meet. We will have a talk. The moment you are love and light. So I hope this episode brought you some kind of insights, what you were looking for and what answers you were looking for. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much if you're new here. Please like, subscribe, whatever you can do. It really means the world to me, and to be honest, I really get connected to you. So, and those who've been here, oh my God, over 1,000 followers or over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and on TikTok, we are doing super well. You are such a beautiful souls. So thank you so, so much. I really, 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 really love you, and I appreciate it. So thank you for listening, and thank you for your love towards me. Thank you for listening to Twin Flame Awakening podcast, and I hope to see you soon.
To help ease my mind, I feel so lonely, so goddamn lonely. Can't be the only one. No, I can't be the only one, only one, only one, only one, only one, only one. I can't be the only one, only one, only one, only one, only one, only one.